Good morning, welcome to Ag Talk and Raw, where I talk raw about agriculture and other things that are on my mind. Just had my cup of coffee, so you won't have to hear me slurping it if you're from the UK and find that that's kind of rude. But that's just the way I drink coffee. It makes the flavor taste better. So I've refrained from that activity during my Ag Talk and Raw today. Okay, so here's the deal. I have to go. I got a lot to do. Things are really mounting up on me. Mounting up on me for the. That's not the face I make. Anyway, for this straw trip that we're about to do, or the straw job that we're about to do, we got a lot of stuff to do, and preparations for this is just off the charts, crazy. I mean, crazy. I just got the tool truck put together yesterday. Finished it up, almost finished it up last night. I'm having an electrical issue of all things. Ford has a real weird wiring system. Don't ask me why, but they do. I don't think it's actually Ford. I actually think that it is the Reading Body Companies, actually. It's their deal. So, what do you do? You know, what do you do? You got to figure out which wires go where. So I've got my test light and I find the wires, but when I hook them up, all the lights blink when I'm turning a turn signal. If I have the headlights on, the markers come on like normal, but everything else goes blink, blink, blink back and forth. So I think there's some kind of a weird system that Reading Body has, and I'm going to pull the loom off of the body or off of the wires and see if there's like this intertwining thing that they've got going on there. If there is, then I'm obviously going to have to figure that one out. So I know that the blue wire is the brake wire, so that doesn't help me any. That's for the electronic brakes, and the white wire is the power supply wire. So that should be always hot. But I'm not seeing that it is. It could be the ground. Well, the white one could be the ground, and that could be where I'm having problems. So, yeah, that could be where I'm having problems. I don't know if it is or not, but it could be. So I just got to figure that one. I got to figure that one out. I'm pretty sure that it needs to be grounded to the system, not through the. Whatever. Anyways, that's just my problems. Anyway, so this morning, Carl's coming to pick me up. Me and Teresa and William, and we're headed 2 hours and some odd minutes north of here to pick up my living quarters for the straw job. And I'm going to explain a little bit of this to you because I want to be efficient, because efficiency pays. In agriculture, everybody knows that the profit margins are so thin you can barely fit a feeler gauge through it. It's really tough to make a profit in farming in today's day and age, and efficiency is probably the best way to go. Be efficient and productive as possible, and that's exactly what we plan on doing, is being efficient and productive. So the tool truck is one of the ways to be efficient, so I don't have to run back to the shop. That could be as much as 50 miles away. Could be, I'm not sure. 35 maximum. So who wants to drive 35 miles to go weld something or repair something when you can just drive the tool truck out to the thing, weld it, or fix it. Just fix it right there on site. So that's part of the efficiency. The other part is the living quarters. Where are you going to sleep? Where are you going to eat? Where are you going to go to the bathroom? So as much as we would like to run a tractor 12, 16 hours a day down there, you still have to eat and shit and piss. Now, you can pee around the corner if you're a man. Teresa's a woman, so she'll squat anywhere. That doesn't matter. She's pretty good about that. But I've seen this girl go behind a tractor and think she's hiding and then look under the tractor only to see her ass hanging down below from behind the tires. It's funny, but whatever. That's just another story for another day. But anyways, you got to have a place to go to the bathroom. So what do? You run 35 miles back to the shop because there is no toilet. You put a couple of bales of straw together, shit between them. I don't think so. I mean, done it, but who wants to do that? So if the living quarters are on site while you're working, where you're working, in these 500-acre blocks, it should be faster. So food preparation, right on site. Bathroom, right on site. Sleeping, right on site. what is being provided to us can be as much as 30 miles away from us, as far as hotel rooms. To rent a hotel room 30 miles from home, or 30 miles from your base or your work site, that's expensive. It's time consuming. You got to drive 30 miles, sleep, get up, prepare, find food, because that hotel breakfast ain't going to be something you want to eat every day. Then you got to drive that 30 miles back, grease, oil, twine, maintenance, just all the maintenance, everything, fuel, all that stuff has to be done. So 30 miles up at the end of the day after working for 16 hours, that's a drive I don't want to make. And 30 miles back in the morning when I could be greasing. So, efficiency. So what we've bought is a 2001 Winnebago Adventurer. A very nice unit. It has 34,000 miles on it, which is basically the engine isn't even broken in, really. The fellow that owns it is a guy that I buy tires from. I just started buying tires from. His name is Steve. And heck of a nice guy. And he gets tires for me for pickup trucks and stuff. Even farm equipment. He was able to get a tire that I couldn't find for the Tedder. And it worked out really, really well. So, yeah, there you go. So I purchased the motorhome. It is a motor coach, actually, an Adventure, Winnebago Adventure. And I paid pretty decent money for it. Probably could have got one for under $20,000 if I really wanted one that was well used. The cheapest one I found was like $22,000, and that was a doable unit, $22,000. And it had 82,000 miles on the damn thing. Did find a couple of cheaper ones. I wanted a Winnebago I wanted a Winnebago because Winnebagos are designed. That's all they do is they build Winnebagos. Other companies have come and gone. They build these motor coaches and then they go out of business. And then where do you get parts for them? You can go to the generic parts route and come up with something that fits but isn't quite right. And I'm pretty particular, I guess, when it comes to things like this. So anyway, Steve said that he had this thing, and I've never physically looked at it. I've looked at it through photographs and a lot of photographs, but I trust Steve. And so I paid up for the thing. I paid more than, well, not more. I saw one that was really nice. It was a year or two newer for in the mid-30s, and I wasn't going to buy that one. I still had more miles on it by about 10 or 15,000 miles. So Steve, his was 34,700 miles, and he's doing the maintenance on it. It's had its oil change, fluids checked, new batteries, which is big. Those deep cycle batteries that run that unit are ridiculously expensive, and he put new batteries into it, and anything that it needed, he put into it. And it's not a baseline unit either. He spent some dinero when he bought this thing brand new, and he's really sad about selling it. So, but whatever. He's sad about selling it. He's going to be 80 years old pretty soon, so it's time to move on from that part of his life, and kind of, not that he likes doing that, but that's what he's doing. And anyway, yeah. So that's what's happening, and I will give a full tour of that on One Lonely Farmer channel when I do get it in, when I do get it. So Carl will be here. Carl's actually picking me up in about 15 minutes, and me, Teresa, William, and Carl are going up because Carl actually is the one that introduced me to Steve, and he would like to go see Steve as well. So it should be fun, and me and Teresa will be able to drive the thing back. I've got it insured and registered and plated, and everybody has seen that on One Lonely Farmer channel, that I went through those shenanigans on that one. So, yeah, so that just makes it a lot easier for us when we're in the field, because taking time to do these little things it's time consuming. It can't be efficient. And our job is to go down there and bale as much, I'm going to be accused of looking like Rick Ness if I don't fix the hat, is to do as bale as much hay or straw as I possibly can in that 6 to 8 week time frame. 6 to 8 weeks, we're going to be gone. Yes, you will be getting videos probably on a daily basis. Some of them may be just from the tractor cab. Some of them may be footage like this. And, that's just the way it is. I am actually going to be doing a professional quality video series on this job. And it will be streaming. I'm going to use it for... what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it they used to sell them. They were DVDs, and you sold them to kids, and it was like it was something for you to watch on TV if you're not farming and you're interested in something like this, or even if you watch my channel and you want to purchase it. I'm going to sell it for like $1.99. Everybody can afford $2. I mean, if you can smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, you can afford $2 for a streamed high quality video. And I'm going to do that because I have to. I just think it would be a good thing. I mean, tell me in the comment section below if you think I'm being a scab or something and saying, oh, well, you should put it for free. I'm not ever going to put it up for free, that particular part of it. You will see the straw job just like you're seeing everyday life on the farm here, through my regular videos. But I've got 2 Mavic Pro drones coming. I've got, in case I crash one, I'm going to have 2, a backup. 4 or possibly 5 GoPro cameras, and that's what's going to happen. I'm going to be sticking those things to every piece of equipment that I can stick it on, and plus I'll be running around with these little guys here, sticking them in people's faces and stuff like that. I was thinking of getting a better quality camera to do that. I know that, the reason I use these cameras, these Olympus Tough Cams, is because they're just that. They're tough. I'm not afraid to bang them on the table like that. Would you do that to your Canon? And would it start back up and record? Nope. Listen. Okay. Still works. And I just slammed that bitch. So there you go. So I'm probably going to get something that has the gimbal eye and all that other stuff that's inside of it to make a higher quality movie with 4K capability, and then y'all can stream that if you want. If you don't want it, don't do it. I'm going to have it professionally edited as well. I think I'm going to take it up to the high school and have the kids... If not the high school, maybe the college up here. I could talk to my son Peyton and see if because he goes to college up here at Raritan Valley Community College, and I know there's a film and animation classes up there, and we can get them to edit it to the correct, to make it look really presentable for a reasonable rate. Pay the kids. I may even go up there and put a poster board for an intern to come down to North Carolina for a month and a half and film. Professional filming. It should be fun. I don't know. That's just my thoughts for the whole thing. You tell me what you think. Now, the other thing that I got to pick up today is a corn planter. I got a 12-row corn planter that is it's based on now think about this, based. When you see it for the first time on One Only Farmer channel, you are going to see a machine that you've probably never seen before. This particular corn planter was a home-built 12-row corn planter, which actually contours the ground. It contours the ground as you go over rough terrain. It is based on 4, 4, and 4, so it is 12, 4, 8, 12 rows, 30-inch rows. It has no fertilizer, and it is a conventional till corn planter, which to me is great. So, and it's on 2-point hitch. It's on a 2-point hitch. I'm probably going to put it on the 4450 to pull it. It'll pull it just fine because we're not pulling coulters. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to be picking up today. I'm going to bring it into the shop. I got the tool trucks just about done. So tool truck comes out. The corn planter possibly comes in. I don't know. I got some work to do on sprayers because the fertilizer season is upon us. That has to be done. And my beautiful wife just went past and goddamn. Anyway, oh my God, she's something else. Ain't you something else? Yeah, no. So, there's a lot of projects that are going to be going on, but the corn planter is going to come in, and I'm allowed to use it as long as I fix it up. He says, just fix it up. He says it doesn't need too much. He put new meters on, but he says it's probably a good idea to change the belts because he hasn't used it in about 5 years. So I'm going to put new openers, new belts on the meters. I'm going to inspect the meters. That's easy enough. Just pull the boxes off, slide them out, and anything that they need to be repaired, I will be repairing them. I do have some boxes on my 7,000 planter that I have, that if there is a major issue, I've still got 4 boxes with precision meters in them. So, and I have 4 more precision meters. So I actually have 8 precision meters that I would just be putting the new belts on, seed tubes, and he actually has a Dickie John monitor on that thing. And that should make things a lot easier to deal with. But it is a 2-point hitch pull. It's not a drawbar pull. It's a 2-point hitch. So it's a little bit of a bear to hook and unhook. Now, he told me that you have to fold it and unfold it manually. He said it's not that big of a deal, but it does take time. So, whatever. We go into the field. I unfold it. I got big enough openings into the fields, and I can fold it and unfold it. And we're going to plant that corn in pretty much record time with a 12-row planter. I mean, I'm only putting in 200 acres, so how hard can that be? Shouldn't be that big of a deal. I think I'm going to use Prowl H2O with a. This is a double stack or triple stacked variety. It's got a Roundup Ready Liberty Link variety with corn borer rootworm control. Corn borer rootworm protection already built into it with the built-in refuge. That's what the rib is. Refuge in a bag, which we did years ago, and you used to have to do these stupid. See, the government. When the government gets involved in anything, they fuck it up so bad you just can't even. You can't even reason with them because they're unreasonable. God, does this look like I made this wrong? My mustache. Anyway, so what we used to do is just dump it all in the same row, or we would put one row as the refuge stuff. I've even known guys to leave the refuge in the shop and let it rot, because without these insect tolerant or resistant seed corn varieties, it just kills your yield. So they've done it already for us. They blended it in, so every eighth seed is a non-treated seed. But of course, the government they finally, after millions and millions of dollars and a bunch of lobbyists later, they got it that we could actually have refuge in a bag. Excuse me. So anyway, I haven't planted corn since 2014. That was the last that I planted corn, and I've been looking at chemistries for weed control, and I prefer Liberty over Roundup when it comes to corn. I've used it before when it was actually Novartis. Novartis? Was it Novartis? Novartis. Anyways, Novartis was the one that had Liberty herbicide in the beginning, and then it went to Bayer, I guess, and now it's who the hell knows what it is. I haven't really looked at it, but I'll probably use Ignite, which is the generic brand, which will work the same. It's a glyphosate instead of glyphosate. So anyway, if you've ever used Liberty herbicide, you'll know how fast it works. You go out there and it burns it down like Gramoxone. So if you get those little button weeds that are coming up and you don't have the residual control when the corn is maybe 18 inches tall, and that shit's it's not gonna canopy on time, you just go and you spray it with the Liberty herbicide, and it smokes everything. It just smokes it. Done. And in the 4 or 5 days that it would take for those little weeds to really rob your nutrients and moisture, if you're running on a dry year, the corn will canopy over, and that's it. They're done. Prowl H2O, and then, of course, the Liberty or Roundup as a recovery. Liberty's more expensive, but it works so much faster, so much better. It actually works kind of like glyphosate or Roundup, but it has that dual action, burn down, and it kills the roots as well. So I'm going to be probably using that. Anyway, unless for some reason somebody comes up with a better solution to my weed problems that I have. But I don't think so. I think Prowl H2O is the way to go. Yeah. But whatever. I may have to add something else with that. I kind of want to stay away from atrazine. The reason I want to stay away from atrazine is because I may be putting this ground back into grass in the fall. I don't know. We'll see how the corn stalk and the corn yield and the time frame that I have all plays together. I do have to buy a new corn head for the combine because I'm using a 12-row, and I'll need a 6-row header. So I'm going to need some inputs on that. Yeah. 32,000 plant population is where I'm going to be sticking this. That's where I'm going to be putting this, the population numbers at 30-inch rows, so it should be good. What else would I going to talk about this? Here, we're going to talk about the flooding out west in Nebraska and the other states, Iowa, Minnesota, I think has some, Missouri. I caught shit for saying that, that I wouldn't donate to a third party. I caught shit for that. You guys don't understand what a charity is. When you have hold on a second. When you have a sister that dies from cancer, that's Carl. You have a sister that dies from cancer, okay, and every ambulance chaser out there comes to you, your family members, your brother-in-law, your grandmother, your aunts, saying, oh, we're sorry for your loss, but can you please donate to this cancer research and that cancer research and the other cancer research? And you find out through sources, like i.e. the internet, that these companies that you give your money to, they're non-profit for research. Do you know that they only have to give 2% of that to the research itself? 2%. So take $100. $2 of that $100 goes to the research. The other 98 is administration fee. All right, so it's the same with these charities. I saw a millennial farmer get up there and donate at the Tractor Supply, donated $100 along with Ag Leader, which is great. They donated their money. Now, don't quote me, but if you have the legal right to take 98 of that $100, how many people are not that greedy that they'll take the $98 and give the 4-H $2? Now, it makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, I'm sure. And, if you get people to donate $1 million, just say Tractor Supply took in $1 million, $980,000 went to the administration costs. Yeah, 20 grand goes to the girls and boys at the 4-H club. I'm not saying that that's what happens there. I don't know, but I would do some research before you donate to anyone, including the 4-H club. And it's the same thing for these donating to the Red Cross. Red Cross is the same thing. 5%. 5% is all that goes to those victims of those floods. And then, if you're a real asshole, you'll keep voting Democrat, and then the Democrats will they will just keep that money away from those people anyway. And even that, you go down to your farm service agency, and they say there's allocated $7 billion, or $6 billion was to go to the Alabama tornado, the California fires, and the farmers that are flooding out in the Midwest. And out of that $6 billion, it might be $500 million that goes to the farmers. It's penance. It's penance. I'm going to show you something right here. I'm going to show you something. This is a 5 peso coin. This is what? 10 cents. No, this isn't a 5 peso coin. This is 5 centavo. Hey, what's 5 centavo? This is less than it's like a quarter penny. It's a quarter penny. The copper in this thing is so valuable that they punch a hole in the center of it. So here's a 25 centavo. This is a quarter. This is a half a penny. No. This is a half a penny. That's what the government does. If they could pay us in Philippine peso, they would. So be wary of where you donate. If you've got $100 and you want to give it to someone out in these affected zones, go find a name on a board or go down, go. You'd be better off just mailing it to some farmer in the middle of that mess. Don't give it to these freaking companies that take your money. And if you think I'm bullshit, research it. Please research it, because you'll be like, holy shit, that one lonely farmer actually does know what he's talking about. I've went through it. And right now, my brother-in-law died. My sister that died with cancer, her husband just died in December. And my nephew is getting phone calls. My brother-in-law, it doesn't even have anything to do with my other brother-in-law's estate. He got a phone call wondering when the estate would be settled. And it doesn't make any sense, and my dad, he's getting them too. So you get these people that prey off of grieving people, and you get other people that prey on good-hearted people that think they're going to be making a difference. The only person you're making a difference to, I shouldn't say that. Some of the money goes to these farmers and homeowners that suffered great losses throughout the country.
Maybe which car seat I'm strapping him?
Mine, because it's already disconnected. And Carl's on his way anyway, so I got to get going. But yeah, so when you donate to these things, you got CEOs that are making, that $190 million or whatever the hell it is. They're buying Mercedes and Bugattis and whatever the hell they want on money that was donated to people that will never receive but 2 to 5% of it. So really think careful and think hard before you put your hard-earned money into a donation box. Salvation Army does the same damn thing. Do you know the clothes that you send to the Salvation Army never make it to kids in poor countries? Did you know that? You know those red rags you buy at Napa or at AutoZone or any of these places? That's where those clothes go. They get loaded on a boat and they get shipped out to sea, and then they are converted into grease rags. So when you donate clothes, because people do this all the time, they go down to Walmart and they buy clothes and then they dump them into the Salvation Army bins, okay? And thinking that some kid is going to get a new shirt, a new pair of pants, a new pair of shoes, and they dump them into the Salvation Army bin. Salvation Army sells that cloth by the pound. And then it gets recycled into grease rags and other disposable stuff. Yes, that is the truth. Research it. It's amazing. I do a lot of reading, and people don't think that I read, but I do a lot of reading, and it's generally while I'm on the toilet or while I'm waiting for something to happen on the farm. That is, if I'm waiting for somebody, I pull out my phone and I have a news app and I just do stuff. So anyway, research it. Don't buy new clothes and put into the Salvation Army. I'm sure there's people that are watching this right now that have done this or think that the Salvation Army actually launders the clothes and then folds them up real nice and gives them the hablo and chamado down in Honduras. It doesn't happen. Now, they take that money and then they donate it to places elsewhere after they get their 98%. So, anyway, whatever. I got to get going because Carl's on his way. I got to put my shoes on yet and change my hat to my normal hat, and we're off to go get the Winnebago, and you can check that out later. I'm not saying don't donate. Just be really careful and understand and be okay with where you donate, okay? So, all the haters, hate on me. It's okay. I invite it. I think I love the hate. I got told the other day that I don't know anything about farming, and it's like, you know what? I've forgotten more about farming than most people will ever know. I'm 46 years old. There's practices that we used to do that we will never do anymore, ever. I mean, how many people even remember IMI corn? I got a neighbor up here, he's 61 years old, and he doesn't even know what it is because he stopped growing corn during those 5 years of IMI corn. But anyways, have a nice day, and I'll see you on the flip side.